Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's meditation with me, Jill Pulowski, here at Vitalia in Strongsville, Ohio. Thank you for being with me today, as always. Today, I want to talk about how we feel when we're the most frustrated. Like, do you ever feel you're so tightly wound? Have you ever seen those videos where they take a watermelon and they just put on hundreds and hundreds of rubber bands until the watermelon is so tightly being squeezed so tightly that it eventually pops? Sometimes that's how we feel. We are holding so much weight. We feel like we are trapped. We are bound in this stress, in the daily things in life, the responsibilities, the world around us. And it really can take over our bodies and our minds. So when we think about being tightly wound, whatever is in that package, maybe again it's that watermelon that's ready to pop, or if we're wrapping up food for the next day, sometimes you can see just how tight something is, and if that were a living, breathing thing, it probably wouldn't be too comfortable. So we are going to kind of dive into how that feels for us, imagining us being that wound, and then slowly unwinding and letting go and finding that freedom and being able to breathe again and experience moments of relief from all that does bind us. So before we begin, let's loosen up some of that tightness in the body. So sitting up tall, feet flat on the floor, relax those shoulders. But maybe we just kind of feel the shoulders for a second. So a lot of times we're just normally tightly wound. We're cold, we're stressed, we hold ourselves tight. We don't allow this to relax. And if we continue that feeling, it eventually gets really tight and you'll get knots and pain and arthritis and all of these other things. So feel your shoulders for a moment and then try to see if you can let it go a little bit. And then notice the difference of holding it and releasing it and how that feels. Like it should feel like this really big weight just taken off of you. All right, so let's go and take some stretches, take some movement, and then we'll get into that meditation, that visualization of being tightly wound and then finding that release. So sitting up tall, bring your hands to one side of your chair or your lap, and then let's twist over one shoulder, and then kind of just go back and forth. So come center and twist just a few times. Kind of like you're wringing out a washcloth or something, just feeling some of that tightness being wrung out of the body. And then go ahead and change direction. Other side, grab onto the chair or the lap, and give it a few little stretches and twists. Good. Take the arms out in front of you as you come back to center and intertwine the fingers together. And then turn those palms towards me and press forward. And as you press forward, try to keep the shoulders pulled back. So when we push forward, we want the shoulders to do that automatically, but try to keep the shoulders back and just push with the hands. And then keeping the hands clenched, we're going to slowly start to lift it up. So this might be the perfect spot for you, we might want to go higher. It just depends on what feels good for your body. So we might go all the way up and give that big stretch. Or just halfway. That's fine too. Good, come on back to center. Take one arm up and over. Release some of that tension. And feel the stretch down into the rib cage. And of course, other side, big reach. And back down. Good, bringing both shoulders forward and both shoulders back a few times. And loosen it up, shake it all out. Whew. Sometimes just that little bit of movement gets things nice and warm and toasty, or might even make us feel winded a bit just from stretching, just the littlest bit of movement. All right, so now that the upper body is a little bit loose, we're going to go ahead and find that steady body, that planted, grounded body. So both feet on the floor. Remember that it's important to have both feet flat and not to cross the legs so the blood can flow and the oxygen can come in and disperse throughout the body. So feet flat, back supported. We might start to lean back into our chair. We're going to relax our arms. Maybe we lean our head back to feel extra comfortable. So find that little place of peace and relaxation as you let go of any of the tightness and tension that we're holding on into the body. So sometimes just sitting, we want perfect posture. And this is tense, right? We're feeling tense because we're trying to be lifted and it's not our natural kind of way of sitting. Even though this is good for the spine and it's good for your posture and it prevents, that hump on the back eventually that we might all get. Sometimes we just need to relax and let go of being so prim and proper. So go ahead, relax as best as you can. Sink down into your chair, and when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes and sink in. And let yourself drift off. Let the body become loose and limp. And let the feet feel heavy on the floor. Let the back of your body feel heavy in your chair. And start to pay attention to your breath. Just your normal breath without trying to change it. The breathing in, the breathing out. Soft and steady. And begin to feel each breath relaxing the body deeper and deeper. And feel each breath relaxing the mind, letting go of thoughts, letting go of the chatter. And let yourself drift off into a place where we have no thoughts or worries. We have nothing to do except just to be, being in this moment, being present. And as we allow ourselves to be present in this moment, begin to visualize yourself. See yourself standing there. And then start to picture all of the things in your life that have you feel so tightly wound. See the bills that we have to pay. See the stresses of the things we see on TV. See our health issues and how that might cause us tension. Maybe it's relationships with our family or friends or loved ones. Maybe it's just the general anxiety of life that we carry. Always worrying about something or someone. The what ifs, the what if nots. And start to picture all of the things that you hold heavy. The things that you just can't stop worrying about or thinking about. All the demands that you might have, the responsibilities of life. Maybe it's caring for someone else that has us feeling so clenched. And picture all of those things hovering around you. And then begin to see yourself tightly wound. Maybe you're wound up with tape. Maybe it is a tight string of sorts, yarn. Maybe it's some kind of cellophane that is wrapping around your body and making you feel like you're in this cocoon. Maybe you picture yourself in almost like a spiderweb cocoon being wrapped by that silk. Begin to visualize yourself so tightly wound. Your arms down at your sides. The pressure, the heaviness of that bind. How you can't move the body. The arms don't move, the legs don't move. You can't walk. And really feel how all of the things, all the stressors in your life are binding you tightly. Maybe it's just a bunch of fear of change, fear of the what ifs. Allow that binding to be so tight, it is becoming hard for you to breathe. And know in this moment that this is not how you want to feel. You don't want to feel like your body cannot move, like your lungs cannot take in air, like you can barely walk. Note how this feels, the strain, the scariness of not being able to break free. And then very slowly, once you've had enough, once you feel like you're ready to find relief from this tightly wound fabric, begin to unwind. See yourself moving in a very slow circle, turning and allowing that string or that silk or that cellophane to unravel. Maybe someone is pulling it as you begin to unravel yourself. And with each turn, with each rotation, feel a little bit of yourself being released. Feel the body becoming looser. Feel the tightness of that bond soften. Feel the breath coming in easier, easier to breathe. And continue to unwind until that very last piece of string or silk or plastic or fabric falls off your body. Once you have completely unraveled from all that tightness and tension, see yourself free. Free from holding on to all of that stress. Free from the fear that you have put into your mind or that others have put into your mind. Free of the control of the world or the control of someone else that someone else may have over you. Allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to find that freedom and movement in the body. Feel the skin loose. Feel the muscles loose. Feel the tendons in the body loose. Feel the blood flowing through the body loosely. Feel the breath flowing through the body. And as you remain here, detached from all of those things, look again at yourself on how this makes you feel compared to how it felt to be tightly wound. Feel that release, that relief, that breath of fresh air, the ability to take a breath. Allow yourself that freedom. You are free from everything that binds you. You are free from everything that binds you. You are free from everything that binds you. Sit here for a few more moments of that freedom, checking in to make sure that we have released everything, every thought, every feeling, every worry, every fear. There is only freedom. There is only freedom. There is only freedom. Keeping with this sense of freedom and release, bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the in-breath and the out-breath, soft and steady. Feel the breath as it moves through the whole body. When your whole body and mind have been completely relaxed, go ahead and start to bring yourself back into this space. You feel the chair beneath you, supporting your body. You feel the floor beneath your feet. Feel the breath as it moves slowly in and out through the lungs. And begin to slowly awaken as you wiggle your fingers. As you wiggle your toes inside of your shoes. As you allow your head to gently rock from side to side. And then finally coming back and finding that nice posture in your chair once more. So slowly start to move back into that nice seated position, sitting up tall, but continuing to let go of that tension. Let's take a deep breath in. And a long, slow breath out. Gently open your eyes. It's not fun to think about all of the things that wind us up. If we think of ourselves in that little cocoon and all of the things that keep us this way, it's overwhelming. And how can there be so many things in life that make us feel so helpless, so out of our own control? But there are gentle ways to let them go. To think, I'm not going to allow this to hold me back. I'm not going to allow the things that I worry about to hold me back from my day. I'm not going to allow this person in my life to hold me back from my dreams and the things that I love. I'm not going to let my responsibilities be too much so that I don't enjoy my life. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel too tightly bound from all the things in life, close your eyes and see yourself unwinding and finding that freedom and breathing again and moving again. Sometimes it's hard to let things go because we feel like we have to do everything. We have to pay the bills. We have to eat a certain way. We have to see certain people and talk to certain people and obey and all of these things in our lives. And it's so much when we just want a break. We just want space. We just want breath, freedom from that tight bond. Practice that this week. When something makes you feel too tightly wound, let it go a little bit. Unwind, unravel as much as you can so it doesn't take over your day, your week, or your life. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Same time, same place.